The cow that cures baldness? Perhaps it was the cow that produced the most milk for the rancher. Or perhaps its outstandingly robust physique exuded such charm that it earned the rancher's deep admiration. This cow was named Primrose, a loving nickname specially given to her by the rancher of Salisbury Ranch. The rancher, Gambles, always mixed feed for Primrose personally, secretly stirring honey, her favorite treat, into the fodder so that she could enjoy it alone. Primrose would often stretch out her slightly warm tongue to lick her master's head, the most affectionate gesture she used to show her fondness for Gambles. One day, a series of quite novel scenes appeared on television. In the studio sat a number of bald guests invited from all over the country. Among them were men and women, young and old, each pouring out their suffering from hair loss. The program was not intended to collect folk remedies for these bald individuals to help relieve their distress, but rather to create an opportunity for them to vent their troubles and gain understanding from society. Unexpectedly, the very next day, the television station received a call from Gambles, the rancher of Salisbury Ranch. He stated that he greatly appreciated the program, held infinite sympathy for these bald patients, and was willing to make public the secret recipe that had cured his own baldness. Radio and newspaper reporters flocked to the ranch immediately. When they saw Gambles' thick, jet-black head of hair, they were utterly astonished. Who could believe that a man who had been bald for decades could regrow such a full head of beautiful hair? As it turned out, the incident had taken place in late 1983. On that day, Gambles went to feed Primrose. As usual, he sat on a small stool and added feed to the trough. Primrose walked over and began to chew the fodder. After a while, Primrose stopped chewing. Instead, she stretched her mouth over to Gambles' bald head and licked his smooth, round scalp back and forth with her tongue. The feeling was moist, soft, and warm, bringing him an instant sense of comfort and pleasure unlike anything he had ever experienced before. He leaned his head out, letting Primrose lick to her heart's content. Perhaps, he thought, his bald scalp secreted something that cows found delicious. 2 months later, Gambles was suddenly dragged into the bathroom in a great hurry by his wife, who told him to look carefully in the mirror. Puzzled, Gambles walked over and took a glance and froze in shock. Staring back at him from the mirror was a head covered in fine, new black hair. Primrose had cured Gambles' baldness. The reporters were half skeptical at first, but when the ranch hands came forward to confirm the story, they fell silent, amazed by this mythical truth. Television stations and major newspapers all gave prominent front-page coverage to Gambles' account. They also published photos of him when he was bald. Alongside recent pictures of him with a full head of hair, he looked like a completely different person. As a result, hundreds and thousands of bald patients drove to Salisbury Ranch one after another, begging to be treated by this miracle healer. One by one, they stuck their heads through the cattle stalls, waiting silently for Primrose to lick their scalps, not moving an inch, even when their necks grew stiff. Those who had been licked bid farewell to Primrose with boundless hope and expressed their gratitude to her master. Although not every patient licked by Primrose achieved the same complete success as Gambles, there were still many lucky ones who enjoyed the best possible results. From then on, bald patients came in droves, drawn by its reputation, to Salisbury Ranch. Gambles and his Primrose became famous throughout the entire United Kingdom,